All right. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another exciting episode of 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. 2 notes about this episode before we begin. 1, I am moving back to the hour-long playthroughs, hour-long episodes, I should say, not the entire playthrough. And so this video is going to be an hour long. Of course, you'll have already seen that when you clicked on it, but I just feel like I should let you know this video is going to be an hour long. Secondly, I'm a little bit sniffly right now, so excuse me for that. It's cold tonight, and for some reason that's making me real sneezy, so if you hear any gunk in my voice, it's because I'm gunky. That's a weird thing to say. Anyway, didn't mean to click that. We have lights. We have 3 lights. It's been a while since I played this. So we can probably put them in here. Yeah. I'm gonna change these bulbs. Now they should... Whoa. Those light bulbs really make a difference. It's pretty bright in here now. Yeah. Okay. Wow, it's so bright now. It's almost blinding. Alright, that means we just have to do this. What is this, Junpei? Something with this? A small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things. Am I supposed to put something on those stands? Your guess is as good as mine, Junpei. Okay, I feel like I looked at something here because there's nothing here. Something that can go on the stands. Big opening is the door to the library. Oh, okay. Pretty impressive. Almost looks like the door to a shrine or a church or something. There's another door after it and then a passageway beyond that. At the end of that passageway is a door with that Neptune symbol. Yeah, okay. We need to find the key with the mark of Neptune. Me too, Snake. This sounds like a job for the best brother and sister team in the world. Man, it's like Seven and I don't even exist. That is the door, because I see the table there now. But I didn't see it to begin with. I have no idea what goes on these plates. Principles of monkey behavior. And I assume that I've looked at all of these, but I'm just double checking, I guess? So that was this entire wall. Then we have this entire wall. Hey, look at this! This book's called Greek Mythology. Damn, that thing's huge. Can't imagine anyone's actually read the whole thing. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. Damn, okay, I like Greek mythology. This one's called History of the Western World. Well, I'd assume it's about European history. Yeah. Just gonna leave it at that, Snake? Doesn't seem like you. Okay. Oriental history. Maybe this one's about China's 4,000 years of history or something. Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing. Okay. History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot. Isn't he just a story? I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist in a history book. Probably. Like, especially when you talk about tales and stuff, mythology, I can see that in a history book. That's important to, like, cultural beliefs. I could see that in a history book. It's another of those kids' picture books, okay? Looks like it looks a lot like the other one we found. Cowboys and Indians. Wow, okay. What's Hellenism? I think it's something like a fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. Yeah? Permian creatures? Seems a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric creator. Not to mention, most of them were likely reptiles and amphibians. Without hair, I can't imagine they had much need of perms. That's got nothing to do with this. Look, this one says Cultural Heritage of Rome. But that's gonna be serious inheritance tax. Bad. A history of Buddhism. Don't know why I said it exactly like that, but okay. Done. Cool. I do have 3 books. And there are 3 things in here. Am I supposed to put something on the stands? Yeah, I was hoping the book. Mine. Behold, books. Okay, so we're looking for something. Why am I holding these books if it's not for that? So we're looking for something else. Okay, I had to look this up because I had no idea. I'm just going through this library and reading all of the books again, and it's not making any sense to me what I'm supposed to do. But I am supposed to be going into the item screen, and in each one of these hitting search. It's got a magic wand on it. Okay. So, what's inside? Well, aren't you going to open it? Pretty sure it's just gonna have pages inside. Smart. Whoa! Okay. Cool. So all of these are gonna be like that? This one has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it's got some... Whoa! Lilk? Okay. There's baseball on this one. Come on, Junpei, let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's probably baseball stuff. Whoa! Head. So head. And then I put these on here. How about we try putting these picture books on the stands, then? Awesome. It looks like it worked. Way to go, Junpei. Good job, buddy. There's something projecting on the bottom. These letters, they seem familiar. Whoa, the alphabet. Sheldrake 5. Okay, I am assuming... Because we had these books and Sheldrake was one of the... It was also really weird because every single time that I clicked on this side, I forget what exactly Junpei would say, but it was different than all the rest. So it seemed like there was something going on here. But anyway, then you do the 5th Sheldrake book? Just kidding. We can't choose them individually. It's got the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. The 5th... What? Oh.
Sheldrake 5?
Sorry, I couldn't do it by myself. I needed Junpei to figure it out.
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
No.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
I have, actually. I know so many things about Sheldrake.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory.
Okay, I forgot about this, but... Okay.
Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
It's all going back to those telepathic rats.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
These were in the other route, weren't they?
The ability to
Not bad.
access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
I'm very trustworthy.
You did? Why?
Well...
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Yeah, tell me your tragic backstory.
Tell you what?
Your tragic backstory.
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything.
Let's go!
But not here. Let's
Okay.
move to the top floor.
Okay.
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet. and why I made sure Clover did as well.
Okay.
To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice.
All right.
He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier. So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Okay.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you.
But there was more on the card. You freak.
However, they were not the only thing on the card.
How dare you do this to us?
There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say there was something I couldn't read.
Okay.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago.
Okay, you mean couldn't read as though you were not supposed to, and not couldn't read as though, like, you were illiterate. Okay. I took that the wrong way.
Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator.
Damn, okay.
It's a threat on our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well,
Thanks for sharing now.
Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Well, she was in, the other one, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She wasn't in the ship.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
That's very true. I've decided I can trust you.
Thank you.
I've decided to tell you the truth.
Let's go.
The chance that Santa is Zero is very high.
Sure, yeah.
I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the 4-leaf clover, about the words.
Oh, so you trust him. Okay.
If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Yeah.
How much do you know?
Very little. In game. Outside of game.
Clover told me about...
Oh, okay. Here's all the things. So,
I see. The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiments had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada.
I was pretty sure it was in Nevada, but I didn't say it because I was like, what if it's not in Nevada and I look like a stupid idiot?
And the girl that died during the experiment.
Yeah.
She told you all that, did she? At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine
is who did this and why, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals. There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa Nijisaki, Teruaki Kubota, Kagechika Musashido.
Should I, pretend to be shocked at some of this information?
Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
That is a wild outfit for him, by the way. Just looks nothing like him. Continue.
Nijisaki was his right-hand man and did the lion's share of the planning. Kubota led the company's research and development division.
That also, to be fair, looks nothing like him. Slight spoilers, but wild.
Musashido was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
Huh, so it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido.
We're gonna say those names 16,000 times, aren't we?
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonori Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field.
Huh.
Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize?
Listen, I know what you're talking about. It's kind of weird that you brought it up in this conversation, but okay.
Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation?
You're really just bringing all them up, huh?
Experiments with humans produce the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
Yeah,
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it.
Okay.
Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem.
All right.
The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now.
All right, guys. Let's see it. Let's go.
Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding.
Okay.
Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event.
Not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I should do a handstand tomorrow just to be silly.
All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves wanting to do handstands as well. Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Mass handstands. Everybody in the world.
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand.
Okay.
What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field, and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver.
Okay.
What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, close enough at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonori Project began. By the way, Junpei? Have you ever heard of the Ganzfeld experiment?
honestly not sure because I'm like, no, but maybe I heard it and I just forgot what it was.
No, I haven't.
You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, it is supposed to test for the existence of telepathy.
Oh. So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary Project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, none of them volunteered.
Of course, yeah.
They were kidnapped. There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had 1 transmitter and 1 receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting.
Mm-hmm.
They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A.
What a wild couple of names for groups, by the way. Here's Q, and here's A. I guess I understand question and answer, but like, okay.
Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields.
Mm-hmm.
The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind?
This entire game.
It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany.
Clover already told us this, but you know, continue.
The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger. He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the Nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields. The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q. Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the Gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown. Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely?
No, tell me.
It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule.
Okay.
All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Not a big fan of space. Just in general, the genre doesn't really interest me. No idea what happened to Apollo 13. No clue what you're talking about right now, but okay, continue.
By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with.
What were those problems? They were probably about to explode, knowing anything about space.
Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same with the Gigantic and Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of Epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
And that was a long-ass explanation, but thank you.
Huh.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses?
We were talking.
Get down here already!
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here, and soon.
We didn't explain the entire thing. We got like the most basic, the two teams that the Nonary game has been played before. But there's other information I need you to tell me.
Hold it.
Okay?
There's one more thing I want to ask you.
Okay.
Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Where are you going with this, Junpei?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it? Yes, I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment. After all, you couldn't exactly play a nonary game with any less, could you?
Valid.
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children.
Tell me about them.
However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They were brother and sister, like Clover and I. The brother's name was Aoi. The sister's name was... Her name was Akane. That was the girl who died.
I have been waiting so many episodes for this.
Akane Kurashiki died?
Yeah. I got halfway through reacting like that, going, I shouldn't say that, and then immediately just, I'm already halfway through, I might as well finish it.
9 years ago? Then, who is June?
Who is she?
No. That's impossible. It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name.
Yeah, totally.
If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely.
Valid. Okay, Snake never did say her last name.
So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to be.
Yeah, totally.
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, alright? I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
Anyway, so what was it? Sheldrake 5? Can I do it now? This is it. This is what the shadow picture was pointing to. But didn't it say 5 at the end of the shadowy picture? Yes, I think we need to find the 5th volume. Well, would you look at that? There's a big red button behind this book. I guess we should press this button. Boop. That's cool. 2 doors. Okay. What was that sound? It sounded like something really big was moving. It came from the top floor. Alright, let's go check it out. Let me get out of here, please. Go this way. Alright, so there's something in the middle here. Okay, I'll mess with that later. And then we have 2 doors. Narg. Nothing. I might as well try to open a wall. I know you're feeling kind of rushed, but you do realize that's pointless, don't you? It's not going to get you anywhere. There's only one thing we can do. Let's go. Just in case. It's a thick metal door. There's a handle in the middle of it, though. Okay, we're not going to try that. So we have this. You think I need to write these down, or you think it's going to show once I try to press on the keyboard? I also, like, let's do this first. I bet you gotta type something on that keyboard. Yeah, but you can only enter letters. Okay. And it looks like you only enter 4 letters. Let's see how it works. I guess you need to hit enter once you type in the letters. And you can erase what you typed with clear. Okay, I get the basic operations. Let's give it a shot. So there are 2 ways that I can think of this. It's either the letters just straight up, or it's hexadecimal. What did they call it before? I can't think of the word. So I'm gonna go straight up to begin with. I need to count the alphabet. Hold on. M. N. I don't think this is it. J. What was the last one? Oh, I think it was also 13. No. Okay. So, oh god. I'm trying to remember the rules for that. It's A is 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Dead? That makes more sense than whatever the first one was. Yay. You did it, Junpei. It's unlocked now. Good job, Junpei. Whoa there, don't get too excited. The password was dead, remember? Just makes me think whatever's waiting for us isn't good. No, I believe. So what? Jeez, you're such an old lady. We can't be worrying about stuff like that. I mean, come on, we got it to unlock, didn't we? Let's go, hurry up. Alright. Let's get this thing open. Cool. You found it! I was a little late.
All right, this is the next.
Ugh, the door!
Okay, we can never go back there ever again.
Did that just close on its own?
Don't tell me we can't go back.
I don't know. Let's see. Damn it. It looks like it locks automatically.
Is there any other way out?
Well, there's another door over on the right. There's a card reader next to it.
Why is there an eyeball here?
It's got a red light on it, though, so I'm pretty sure it's locked, too.
But there is a card reader, right?
Yeah.
Then perhaps if we find a key card, we could open the door and leave?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that might work, but...
Hey! Wait a minute!
Okay.
Are you saying we're gonna have to search through this room for one little card?
Oh, man.
Hey. Sweet.
Looks that way.
Yeah, what's up with all the body parts?
No way!
For real?
Well, we can sit down and wait to die, if that's what you prefer.
I was just about to make the joke Snake's gonna be really good at helping us find this card.
I rather doubt that, however, so it would be wise to start looking. We haven't much time. Let's find that key card.
Okay.
Oh, and the Neptune key as well.
Okay.
We won't be able to get through the hallway without it.
Well, right now we can't even get to the hallway, so...
All right then, let's begin.
Alright. Searching through this entire room. Let's go. Okay. Yep. Study. Fun and interesting. I'm just gonna click on everything. Okay. The map from before. Isn't this a nautical table? Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before. Okay. Took that. Okay. There are piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess. It's so messy, I don't know where to start. But this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these are parts of the puzzles we've solved in the other rooms. If that's true, then this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps Zero would shut himself in this room to devise the machines and puzzles he'd need to see his plan come to fruition. Okay. Okay, I'm not actually looking at any of that, though. This desk is really big and it feels really sturdy. Yeah, it does seem pretty heavy duty. I suppose it belongs to whoever uses this room, wouldn't you say? Sweet. Look, Junpei, the rust on here looks like Elvis's face. Yeah? How exciting. Cool. I think these fans are for ventilation. They're probably there to circulate air. Some old computer monitors on this desk. You don't see CRT monitors that much anymore. Nope, don't want to click on that. I wanted to look at that over there, but... Okay. Pipe. Great. Let's go. Okay. Control panel in front of the big screen. Wonder if any of these buttons do anything. There's something on the screen now. What's this? There are 15 cells here with numbers and letters in them. Let me see that. Ah, I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. You just gotta use that to make the all cells on the right and the bottom green. Hey, Junpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. You want to take a look at it? Sure. Do you think this might have something to do with the puzzle? It's a piece of paper. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like she said, this is probably related to the puzzle. Thanks. This really helps. Alright, let's go back and try again. Anyway, it looks like I just need to make all the cells all... You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. What does hint? Sweet. Thank you. Alright, so I'm not 100% understanding. Okay. I think I understand now. Geez, okay. Let's do this and this. Nope. This. Nope. Well, I got 3 of them. Okay. So I'm trying to add these up together to equal like A, by the way. So I don't want to do this one or this one because they're good. The problem is trying to figure out how to do this row. So I assume I need all of these. But I don't want this one. And that is what is currently causing me problems. If I do this... But I want this. Okay, if I do this... Turn this off. That's not it. I really thought I had something there. But I don't want... I want this one off right now. Ah! Holy shit. I just need to put this one on. Oh god. This one's gonna turn this one off though. So if I do this, then it turns on, but then I need to keep this one off, turn this one on. But I need this one. So I can't just do that. Jeez. My god. Okay. Preferably, I need the opposite of these here. So I need these two on, this off. But I want this on. Hold on. I want this off. But I want this on, but I want to keep this. But then that does that. I've messed up in a way I will never recover from. I'm in the same spot I was before. Oh my god. Let me sit here and think about this for a second. It's taking me too long. Okay, I think I have it. This. Yes. You did it, Junpei. Oh my god. You're so smart. Thank you. You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. This is what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Thank you. Hey, come on. You're embarrassing me. Whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid open and something came out. Okay. Sweet. That's a color to put on the back there. Alright. This looks out of place. Okay. I'm gonna say that is done. Oh, sweet. Okay, there's a piece of paper in here. Not sure without taking a closer look, but I think this might be a clue. Junpei, we don't need this anymore, do we? No, I don't think so. This is for a puzzle we already solved. Damn it. There's a whole buttload, he says. Man. There was a clue. Okay, multiple screens. This looks like the one that I just did. Maybe it's a different one? It is a different one. Let's see what happens when I... Whoa. Well, now we've got something on the screen, at least. Huh? What's this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out that Morse code puzzle. Did I? Yeah, the dots on here look like dits for Morse code. There's 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway. Alright, I'll try. Before I do that, though, maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the button, it'll enter a dit. If I hold the button, it'll enter a DA. Once we enter our answer, it will automatically determine if it was the correct answer or not. I'm confused. Oh shit, was I supposed to remember that? I think it was... 3, 4, 1. That wasn't it. Let me look at it again. What? It won't let me look at it again. That's not it either. I don't understand this one. Okay, maybe I can find a clue. Somewhere. A steel cabinet, something on the ground. Oh, interesting. Okay. There's some colored pencils up here for some reason. This is where the shield goes. Nothing's happening. Well, yeah, I need 3 more. Wait, what's Snake doing? I feel symbols engraved just above each indentation. Okay. On the upper left is the steering wheel. What does the steering wheel look like? On the upper right is the cross. On the bottom left, the mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, the waffle pattern. Okay. Each symbol seems to have been given a number. Steering wheel, cross, mysterious circle, and full. Okay. No dice. They don't work. 3 monitors. So small. I wonder what it is. I've got no idea. Sweet. A mouse. Nothing happens when I mess with it, though. Looks like this thing's locked. Probably has something to do with that. Alright, well. The metal shutter looks pretty sturdy. Got a bad feeling about this. I don't think we're gonna find a relaxing sunny garden on the other side of that thing. Oh, come on. What the hell are you scared of? Let me handle this. Ha. Damn it. Damn thing won't budge. I have to admit, I'm very curious about what might be hiding on the other side. Well, that's a problem for future me. Okay. There's some monitors hanging down from the ceiling. This monitor's... Jeez. Really dim though, it's got a map of the world on it, but I can barely see it. Looks like there's a compass on here. Ah, now I get it. What do you mean? I guess you weren't there, Clover, but I solved a puzzle like this one in the wheelhouse. I think I just need to do the same thing here. The same thing? The important part is this nautical table we found. I just have to match up the directions on the compass with the lines on the nautical table. I used the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think I'm going to use the wheel attached to the side here. Okay then, show me. Now. Of course. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions first. Yeah? Okay, I'm betting something will happen if I can do it just right. Alright, let's do this. Hint, please. Where? Okay, so I assume we're going from here, south. Oh, geez. Okay. I don't think it really matters which way south I go. South. Then we're going west. I hit stop. I have to exit out now. We're going south. Then we're going west. Wild. Then we are going southeast. I went the wrong way, but it's okay. Southeast. Then we're going northeast. Then we are going just straight east. This way. Got confused for a second there. Then we are going north. North? North. And then another straight east. Yay! You did it, Junpei. Good boy. Who's a good boy? Ah, knock it off. Yeah, we don't have time for screwing around right now. Check out the right side of the monitor. Just kind of slid open and something came out. Oh, yeah. I heard a noise, too. You know that big box in the hall by the exit? This? I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know? Okay. Oh, got that. This? Oh, shit. It's Alice. That's pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in there. A coffin. Coffin. Oh man, does Seven think... Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way. Could this be... I'm sorry, but what's going on? It's a coffin. I wonder if there's a vampire in it. Or right, I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them. Why not? At any rate, let's have a look around. Open the door! Open the door! Snake's touching it. All ice. Ah, the two machines. Holy shit. Man, this is serious. Oh well, let's open it, shall we? Clover, if you could give me a hand. Okay, I got it. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Ha! Now look, doesn't seem to be ready to open. Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or something. Yeah, I believe it's locked in some other way. Hey, Seven, do you think you could open it up with your superhuman strength? No, What's wrong? I think I'll just pass on this one, okay? What the heck? Very well, we'll just have to give it up on the coffin for now. Let's look around the room a little more, shall we? Hey, by the way, Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic. Is that actually true? Damn. Wild. Anyway, I probably have to do something with the puzzle for that. So there are 4 puzzles in here? Oh, there's something written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we've got 3 sheets of the stuff. What is it? A file. Your guess is as good as mine. Controls, special functions. It's normally like about digital roots. Nope. Information about... What is it? We're gonna go through all of these. Study nautical table, Morse code chart. Here it is. Oh, okay. For the letters A to I. Give it to me. I still don't understand. Just looking at all of them, but I don't... What word am I spelling out? And also, where is this final thing? Alright, hey guys, these monitors hang down from the ceiling. Each screen shows a room on the ship. Cool. Piles of crap. This is a pretty impressive mess. If we try and search every one of these, we're gonna be at it till the cows come home. Well, that doesn't seem too bad. We won't have to go bring them in ourselves then. Don't you get smart with me, kid. How about we deal with this later, okay guys? Maybe we should try something more promising. Okay. I'm not seeing anything around here. Okay, guess I can only go this way. Around here, though. This is the only machine that I'm seeing, but I need 4. there's this, which we did already. This just takes me here. This. I'm not seeing where I would get the fourth thing, but we can try this again, maybe. No. Have you figured out what you're supposed to enter here, Junpei? It looks like the word that's supposed to go here has 3 letters. Got 3 lines, and I think each line is 1 letter. Yeah, but it's spelled out like... Oh, maybe... It's spelled out like I-H-E, I think. And he is not a word. I'm thinking maybe it could be ice. I see. Well, if that's the case, then perhaps the letters you need are made up of 2 symbols, 4 symbols, and 1 symbol. Okay. Okay. I could think like that. 2, 4, and 1. After all, isn't that what you just said? Hold on. Just kidding. Fuck me. One line has 2 spaces, the next 4, and the last only a single. So in other words, I've got to enter either the dots or the dashes in a set of 2, then a set of 4, then just 1. Nope, I don't want the instructions. I don't... Oh shit, they're here now. Okay, so I need a 2, I need a 4, and I need a 1. And ice looks kind of good, so if we do 1, 2... Yay! Seems you solved the puzzle, Junpei, only because of you. Holy shit. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. Ah, yes. I believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. Do you see anything that could have made that noise? Yeah, that's true. Ah, yes. One more thing, okay? I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Sweet. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now. Maybe that's where the final shield is. Alright, here's that. And let's check in here. We're getting kind of close to an hour, but I believe... Alright, fine. I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Oh, holy shit, this is a coffin. There's gonna be something horrible in there. I just know it. Okay, okay. Deep breaths. Here we go. Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, I can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean, nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Huh? Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there, though. Well, 2 somethings, actually. What's that? I don't know. Show it to me. A key? And the shield. Looks like we've got a plate with an emblem on it, and the Neptune key! Yay! Now we can get through the hallway. That's correct, Clover, but we do need to get out of this room first, you know? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. Really important though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as this other thing goes. Yay! Then we can go... Really long cutscene for that. Okay, we can go back here. Let's stand like this, and then I think we're about to exit the room as soon as I put these in there. So what I might do instead is end this episode here a little bit early, but let me just talk for like 2 more seconds and whoa! An hour! Or at least that's my recording time. Sometimes I cut things out because I can't talk. So, you know, for me, an hour just literally passed. But for you, who knows, might be a little bit under. Yeah, definitely exciting that we learned some things. We learned some tragic backstory things. I'm excited. Do we think that the Akane girl who died is the same Akane that Junpei knows? But like, she's alive, right? She's there, right? What do we think's going on there? I feel really accomplished in this episode though, probably mostly because it's an hour long, and so we did twice the amount that we would normally do, but I am excited to get out of this room, excited to see more of the game, and I hope that you are as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here for now, so thank you for watching this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode where we put these shields into where they belong, skedaddle out of here, maybe find June and Santa again and everybody else, and confront them. Confront him, mostly? What are you doing all this for? What is this about? Are you Zero? We'll see.